You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. Dumb prince and his stupid wife. The South Park episode screened last night, enabling people to watch the right royal piss take of Harry and his wife. I'm going to take you through some of the choice parts of the episode. For those of you who have not seen it, and for those of you that have, you can relive it once again. And then, of course, we can understand how this might impact. The fact is, South Park is a popular program, watched by many people and is well known across the world. There may not be people watching it now that once did, but certainly are fully aware of it and known for its irreverent humour and very close to the bone piss-taking that goes on. For Harry and Harry's wife to be on it, in some circles you might think it's a badge of honour. You're on South Park. The fact that you're there and having the piss taken out of you means that you are noted, that you've made it. But of course, as I explained in parts passing yesterday, this is not something that will please Harry's wife because she takes herself so seriously. And they didn't pull any punches when it came to taking the piss out of them. It explains that it starts off by explaining there's this prince and his wife bashing the Canadian monarchy. I guess it's like why people don't know why they showed up for the funeral, says Kyle. All Canadians are finding it hard to go on following the death of our beloved Queen. All Canadians except the prince and his wife, says a presenter for Good Morning Canada. And they then are introduced to come on Good Morning Canada. You can hear them being booed, which is quite entertaining, and they're carrying placards stating, "We want our privacy. Stop looking at us." Hilariously, Harry's wife is dressed in a beige, oversized pantsuit with the flying saucer hat tilted on her head. That hat appears throughout the episode. And she sits down and says, "It's so awesome to be here. It's great." They've homed straight in on her vacuous nature, of whereby she's booed, going on to a program where she's just been described as somebody causing a problem for the royal family following the death of the Queen, but she still says, "It's so awesome to be here. It's great." So they've certainly picked up on her vacuous nature. The presenter states to Harry, "Everything's been handed to you, but you say life is hard, and now you've written about it in Wah," and shows him a copy of his book which has the title Wah, obviously in terms of the whinging nature of Prince Harry. And then the presenter continues by saying, "So you hate journalists?" And Prince Harry goes, "That's right." And the presenter states, "Now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family." Harry confirms that's correct. The presenter then states, "So you're a journalist?" Harry then just says, "We just want to be normal people. It's so hard." The presenter then states, "Isn't it true that your questionable wife has her own TV show?" And then states, "Well, I just think that some people might say that your Instagram-loving bitch wife doesn't want her privacy." And of course, another dig at Harry's wife there, describing her as such and showing her hypocrisy with regard to her thirst for public attention whilst bleating about privacy. Hilariously, they show the dim-wittedness of Prince Harry by causing him to respond with the words, "How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving bitch wife has always wanted her privacy. We'll go and find some quiet place where we can be normal people." It then shows them going on their world privacy tour, selecting various places to go to. They turn up in the middle of a basketball game with their privacy placards. Then they're on a ski slope, and eventually they bowl up in South Park. During all of this, Kyle, one of the characters from South Park, attends something called Come Hammer Brand Management. And they are trying to rebrand him, and hilariously, with each option that pops up, it contains victim, which of course is a nod to the behaviours of Harry and his wife, and of course the way that they have been encouraged to trade on their victim status. Brilliantly, when Harry and Harry's wife turn up, their private jet pulls straight up to the house. Prince Harry is next playing drums outside, and Kyle is watching him from the house opposite. And Prince Harry notices this and yells, "Hey you, what you're looking at? Have you ever heard of privacy?" Of course, banging on about it despite drawing attention to himself by playing the drums. The Sussex's house is draped in banners with "Leave us alone," "Go away," "Respect our privacy." And Kyle sees all of this when he's woken up in the middle of the night by them setting off fireworks. Again, drawing attention to themselves whilst claiming they want privacy. And they're chanting, "Down with the monarchy, we deserve our privacy. Why are we so mad today? Because we want our privacy." On another occasion, it depicts Prince Harry playing polo outside the house, and Harry shouts out, "Privacy is a basic human right." The polo ball then smashes Kyle's window, and Prince Harry shouts at him, "Have you ever heard of a thing called privacy?" Kyle responds, "Yeah, nobody gives a shit. Will you two just shut up and go away?" Sentiments I'm sure that are shared around the globe upon watching that. Kyle is then with his friends at school and is complaining about Harry and his wife, explaining, "The prince plays drums all day and I don't think he has a job, and I don't know what the hell she does. Why they even left Canada is beyond me, and she just bosses him around and makes him do whatever she wants." Again, another scathing observation of the way that the Sussexes carry on. One of his friends responds, "Kyle, we don't care about some dumb prince and his stupid wife. We're just sick of hearing about them." Kyle says, "I'm sick of hearing about them. I can't get away from them. They're everywhere in my fucking face." Again, demonstrating the way that the Sussexes turn up absolutely everywhere through the PR puff pieces, the Shitflix docuseries, the Arsey Wipes series, their insistence on being reported on each and every single day. Another excellent part is when Kyle returns to his home, only to find that there are front-page covers of Harry's wife plastered all over the front of his house, from Vogue, Vanity Fair, Newsweek, Elle, Weekday, CQ, evidently meant to be GQ, People, OMG, which is taking the piss out of Hello, Tatler, and Cut appears there also. And what they sum up rather well is that he looks back across the road only to see that Prince Harry and Harry's wife are peeping out of their window to see if Kyle responds to it. He says, "I don't care," and goes inside. That, of course, causes fury to erupt across the road, with Prince Harry yelling, "What the hell?" And Harry's wife, "What did he just say? He victimised me. It's because I'm an ethnic woman." Of course, South Park picking up on her victim mentality and the playing of the race card. Prince Harry states, "He can't do that. Wait, you're ethnic. This is an outrage. I'll see how he deals with my blue penis." Harry then trots over across the road, drops his pants, and rubs his frostbitten penis against Kyle's window, whilst banging on about respecting privacy. Kyle continues to play his video game, not noticing Ginger Bollocks on the outside. We then return to Gumhammer brand management. Prince Harry and Harry's wife are taking advice from Gumhammer brand management, and it brings up the profile in relation to Harry's wife and shows her as sorority girl, undoubtedly a dig at her with regard to the alleged hazing incident where she purportedly glued a girl's eyes closed. Reference her as actress, influencer, and of course victim, showing of course the way that Gumhammer always advises people to be a victim, and also of course picking up on the narrative that she always plays the victim. It's entertaining that throughout the episode she's displayed as being white, and of course is then described as being ethnic on the profile. It also includes reference to yoga, calligraphy, cuisine, writing, lifestyle, advocating, as if that's a thing, acting, first lady botherer, lawyer pretending, blogging and feminism. Again, taking the piss out of her. Harry notices that Kyle has turned up and immediately confronts him by saying, "You can't leave us alone," and Harry's wife joins in by stating, "OMG, he's so obsessed with us," demonstrating the projecting behaviours that she engages in. Kyle then gives an impassioned speech against brand management, and this resonates with Harry. He states, "He's right. Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turns us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?" He looks at Harry's wife for affirmation of his observations, but she just stays silent, clearly disagreeing. Prince Harry continues, "What matters is what we have on the inside." He again looks at Harry's wife and receives no response, which prompts him to flip open her head, look inside and shout, "Hello," which just echoes. South Park, of course, recognising that Harry's wife is completely empty on the inside and making that very clear. Thereafter, Kyle and his friends call on Kyle to get him to come outside, saying he needs some outside time. So they're playing basketball together, and Prince Harry turns up on his own and asks, can he play? South Park evidently showing the lonely nature of Prince Harry's existence. They agree, and he sits down playing the drums alone. Not once during the episode did they ever refer to Harry's wife by her name, which is fantastically amusing, as it demonstrates the contempt by which they hold her and that they're not giving her any recognition in that regard. Now, undoubtedly, Harry's wife will have watched this. Why? Her narcissism will have compelled her to do so. She'll be aware about it, and although she won't like it, she will have watched it because she needs to know, because her narcissism makes her nosy. Many other people, having the piss taken out of them in this way, would just laugh about it and move on from it and say, well, yeah, that's what happens. When you're famous, people do this, and some of the things might have been a bit near the mark, but hey, that's South Park for you. Harry's wife won't. She will be absolutely raging because she thinks that she's important and serious. And for them to take the piss out of her repeatedly is, of course, challenge fuel and threatens her sense of control. She will not like being depicted in this way. She will not like the fact that her advocating and being First Lady bothering has been identified. The fact that she's portrayed as being empty, which she's likely to interpret as an attack against her intelligence, but actually is an attack against her entire existence. Her hypocrisy is writ large with the repeated cries for privacy and then acting in a contrary manner. She will be raging, not fuming, but raging as a consequence of this portrayal, and there'll be plenty of crockery getting smashed in Monty's shit show. There's little she can do about it. It's a parody, and therefore, even if she were to seek to take legal action, she would get nowhere. And instead, she will assert control by complaining about it to all that will listen, saying how unfair and harsh it is. But of course, everybody else is just enjoying the fact that they're a laughingstock. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.